You have a long list of tasks, but instead of making progress, you feel stuck. Emails, projects, errands, everything feels overwhelming. David Allen's Getting Things Done offers a simple way to organize tasks, clear your mind, and reduce stress. His method helps you break tasks into steps, focus on what matters, and stop feeling overwhelmed. If you struggle with procrastination or feel busy but unproductive, this book will help. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and staying in control. Chapter 1: A New Practice for a New Reality. In the modern world, managing tasks using traditional methods no longer keeps pace with the demands of life. We live in an era of constant distractions and ever growing to do lists, where responsibilities, emails, and commitments seem to multiply without end. Trying to keep everything in your head not only creates stress, but also leads to forgetfulness, missed deadlines, and an overall sense of chaos. The old way of organizing, by relying on memory or using disorganized lists, simply isn't enough. To take control of your work and life, we need a new approach, a practice that allows us to capture and manage tasks in a way that reduces mental overload and increases productivity. The central idea is to create a system that enables us to clear our minds and focus on what truly matters, without constantly being bogged down by the clutter of our thoughts. The goal is not to simply do more, but to do what matters more effectively. By organizing tasks and commitments into a system you trust, you can reduce stress and make sure nothing important is forgotten. This chapter emphasizes the importance of creating a reliable structure that helps you handle everything from big projects to everyday tasks without feeling overwhelmed. By capturing all your commitments, organizing them, and having a trusted process to follow, you free up your mind to focus on the task at hand. When your system is in place, you will be able to work efficiently, confidently, and without the anxiety of forgetting what needs to be done. Chapter 2: Getting Control of Your Life: The 5 Steps of Mastering Workflow. Once you've recognized the need for a new system, it's time to dive into the 5 essential steps that will help you regain control over your life and work. These steps form the foundation of a workflow system that, when followed consistently, will lead to greater organization, reduced stress, and improved productivity. The first step is capture. This means getting everything out of your head and onto paper or into a trusted system. Instead of mentally juggling multiple tasks and ideas, write down everything that demands your attention. This includes tasks, projects, appointments, and even random thoughts. When everything is captured, you no longer have to rely on memory, which can be unreliable and stressful. The second step is clarify. Once you've captured everything, the next step is to figure out what each item really means. Ask yourself whether the item requires action. If yes, break it down into a concrete next step. If not, decide whether it should be discarded, saved for later, or filed away for reference. The third step is organize. Once you've clarified your tasks, you need to put them in the right place. Organize them into lists or folders that make sense to you, whether that's by project, deadline, or priority. Use calendars, task management tools, or simple checklists, whatever works best for keeping you on track. By organizing everything properly, you can easily see what needs to be done and when. The fourth step is reflect. Regularly review your lists, tasks, and commitments to ensure everything is up to date. Set aside time for a weekly review to go through your tasks and projects, checking progress and adjusting priorities as needed. Reflection keeps you on track and allows you to make changes when necessary. The final step is engage. With everything captured, clarified, organized, and reviewed, the next step is to take action. Engage with the tasks you've organized, using your system to guide your decisions about what to work on next. You'll be able to approach tasks with clarity, knowing that you're focused on the most important things. This step is about trusting your system so that you can act confidently and efficiently without second guessing or stressing over what to do next. By mastering these 5 steps, you gain control over your tasks and your life. You'll stop reacting to each new task as it arises and instead engage with the work in a focused, proactive manner. The result is less stress, more productivity, and a sense of accomplishment. With a system in place, you no longer feel at the mercy of your never-ending to-do list, but instead feel in command of your work and life. The key is consistency. By following these steps regularly, you can build a system that works for you, allowing you to stay organized and focused no matter how busy life gets. Chapter 3: Getting Projects Creatively Underway: The 5 Phases of Project Planning. Starting a new project can often feel overwhelming, especially when you're unsure where to begin or how to move forward. In this chapter, the focus is on the process of project planning, breaking it down into 5 essential phases that help turn ideas into completed projects. The first phase is defining the purpose and principles. Before diving into the work, it's crucial to understand the project's ultimate goal and the values or principles that should guide the process. This helps to create a clear direction and ensures that decisions made during the project are aligned with the overall purpose. The second phase is outcome visioning. Here, you clearly envision what the successful completion of the project looks like. By imagining the end result, you create a detailed picture of what success will look like, which makes it easier to plan the steps required to get there. The third phase is brainstorming and organizing. In this phase, you gather all possible ideas for how to approach the project. Don't limit yourself. Allow creativity to flow and collect all potential steps, tasks, and ideas. Once the ideas are captured, organize them logically and prioritize them based on importance and feasibility. The fourth phase is identifying next actions. This is where you break the project into concrete, actionable steps. These steps are the immediate next actions that need to be taken to move the project forward. Without clear next actions, the project can become bogged down by uncertainty. Finally, the fifth phase is review and adjust. As projects evolve, it's important to review progress regularly and adjust plans as needed. This phase allows you to stay flexible and responsive to new developments, ensuring that the project remains on track and aligned with the original vision. By following these 5 phases, you gain a structured approach to project planning that helps you clarify your goals, organize your efforts, and take consistent action toward completion. Chapter 4: Getting Started. Setting up the time, space, and tools. Once you have a clear understanding of the steps and processes needed to manage your projects, it's time to focus on creating an environment that supports your effort. In this chapter, the emphasis is on setting up the right time, space, and tools to ensure that you can work efficiently and effectively. The first step in getting started is setting aside time. Without dedicated time, it's easy for tasks to slip through the cracks. Allocate specific blocks of time to work on your projects and try to guard these time periods as much as possible. Scheduling time ensures that your projects don't get lost in the shuffle of everyday tasks and responsibilities. The second element is creating the right space. Whether you're working from home, in an office, or another environment, having a dedicated workspace that supports your workflow is essential. Organize your space so that you can easily access everything you need without distractions or clutter. A clean, organized space will make it easier to focus and maintain productivity. The third factor is having the right tools. This includes physical tools like pens, paper, or technology, as well as digital tools for task management, communication, or collaboration. Ensure that you have the resources and systems in place to handle your tasks efficiently. This might involve setting up apps, organizing your computer files, or using project management tools. Together, time, space, and tools create an environment conducive to productivity. By setting aside dedicated time, creating an organized space, and using the right tools, you ensure that you have everything you need to start your projects and make steady progress. These steps remove obstacles that can hinder productivity, allowing you to focus fully on your work and move forward with confidence. Chapter 5: Capturing, corralling your stuff. The first essential step to organizing your life is capturing everything that demands your attention. This involves collecting tasks, ideas, reminders, and anything that occupies your mind. Whether it's a small to-do list item like making a phone call, a complex project, or even something as simple as remembering to buy groceries, capturing ensures that you don't rely on your memory. By capturing all the tasks and ideas that come to mind, you free up mental space and stop constantly juggling multiple thoughts. The process involves putting everything into a system that you trust, such as a notebook, a digital tool, or an inbox, where you can regularly check and process your captured items. The goal is to get everything out of your head and into an external system, which reduces stress and prevents mental overload. Once captured, these items no longer require your attention or mental energy until you are ready to clarify them. This mental clarity allows you to focus on what's in front of you without worrying about forgetting something important. The key to effective capturing is to make it a habit. Whenever a task, idea, or commitment pops up, capture it immediately. This way, your mind stays clear and you have a reliable system to rely on, ensuring that nothing gets overlooked. Chapter 6: Clarifying getting into empty chaos. Once everything is captured, the next step is to clarify each item. Clarifying involves processing all your captured stuff and deciding what action, if any, is required for each item. This step is about making decisions, turning vague tasks into specific actions, and figuring out which items need attention now, later, or never. Each item that you've captured needs to be processed by asking, "What is this?" and "What needs to be done with it?" If something requires action, you break it down into the next specific step. For example, if you wrote down email Mark about the meeting, you might clarify the next step as write the email draft or look up Mark's email address. The idea is to avoid leaving tasks in an undefined, vague state that could cause confusion later. If an item doesn't require action, you need to decide whether to delete it, file it for future reference, or store it for later review. Clarifying gives each captured item a clear purpose, eliminating ambiguity and turning them into actionable tasks. This process brings structure to the tasks at hand and reduces the mental clutter of wondering what to do next. Clarifying helps you achieve a sense of empty in your mind, where you no longer have to worry about unresolved tasks or unclear commitments. Once everything is clarified, you'll have a manageable, organized list of actionable tasks that are ready to be handled with focus and clarity. Chapter 7: Organizing, setting up the right buckets. The next step after capturing and clarifying is organizing. Organizing involves setting up the right systems to store and categorize all the tasks and information you've captured. Once you've decided what action is required for each item, it's time to put them into the appropriate categories or buckets. These buckets will help you retrieve information and tasks quickly and efficiently when needed. The organization process starts with creating categories for different types of tasks and projects. For example, you may have categories like work, personal, errands, or follow ups. Each of these categories acts as a bucket where you can group similar tasks together. The more clearly you define these categories, the easier it will be to organize your workflow. Tasks that require action are typically placed in an actionable bucket, while reference materials or items that don't require immediate action can be filed away into their respective categories. This step ensures that your system is simple, manageable, and structured in a way that makes sense to you. In addition to categorizing tasks, organizing also includes setting up an efficient system for managing projects. If a task involves multiple steps, it's essential to break it down into smaller, actionable components and store them in the relevant project folder or category. This way, you don't lose track of important steps and can stay on top of your projects. A well organized system reduces confusion and helps you prioritize what's most important. When everything is neatly categorized, you can quickly pull up what you need when you need it without wasting time searching. The key is to keep your organizational system simple and straightforward, ensuring that it fits into your daily routine and is easy to maintain. Chapter 8: Reflecting, keeping it all fresh and functional. After organizing your tasks, it's important to regularly reflect on your system to keep it functional and up to date. Reflection is about reviewing your progress, updating your lists, and ensuring that your system continues to meet your needs. This step helps you stay in control and ensures that your system remains fresh and effective over time. Regular reflection is crucial for keeping your system from becoming outdated or cluttered. Set aside time each week to go through your lists, update your tasks, and check in on your projects. This allows you to make adjustments, add new tasks, and remove anything that's no longer relevant. By reflecting on your progress, you stay aware of your priorities and avoid losing track of important tasks. Reflection also provides an opportunity to ensure that your system continues to work for you. You might discover new ways to organize your tasks or update your categories as your workload changes. This practice keeps your system flexible and adaptable to your evolving needs. In addition, reflecting allows you to assess your progress toward larger goals. By regularly reviewing your tasks and projects, you can track how much you've accomplished and identify any areas that need more attention. This process ensures that you stay on top of your work and continue to make progress in a focused, organized way. Ultimately, reflection keeps your system functional by ensuring that everything stays relevant and aligned with your current goals. With consistent reflection, you'll be able to keep your workflow fresh, efficient, and effective. Chapter 9: Engaging, making the best action choices. Engaging is the step where you actually take action on the tasks you've organized and clarified. It's about deciding which tasks to tackle at any given moment based on your context, energy levels, and priorities. The first consideration when engaging is understanding your context. This means evaluating where you are, what resources you have at your disposal, and how much time you have available. For example, if you're at home and have limited time, you may choose to focus on smaller, quick tasks. If you're at work and have a longer time window, you might prioritize tasks that align with deadlines or important projects. Another key factor is your energy level. Some tasks require more mental or physical effort than others. When you're feeling energized, it's a good idea to tackle more demanding tasks that require focus and concentration. On the other hand, when your energy is lower, you can focus on simpler tasks that don't require as much mental effort. Matching tasks to your energy levels ensures you're working at your best without overwhelming yourself. Lastly, engaging requires that you stay aligned with your goals and priorities. It's easy to get distracted by tasks that seem urgent but aren't necessarily important in the long run. By referring back to your organized system, you can ensure you're working on tasks that truly matter and bring you closer to your bigger objectives. In summary, engaging is about making smart, focused decisions on how to use your time and energy. When you're clear on your tasks and priorities, choosing the right action becomes easier, helping you stay productive and consistently move toward your goals. Chapter 10: Getting Projects Under Control. Getting your projects under control is about bringing structure and organization to everything you're working on. A project is any outcome you're working towards that requires multiple steps to complete. The key to getting a project under control is breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps and managing those steps effectively. The first step in controlling your projects is defining the desired outcome clearly. It's important to understand exactly what you want to achieve so you can break the project down into manageable pieces. Once the outcome is clear, identify the next actions you need to take in order to move the project forward. These actions should be specific and concrete, not vague or abstract. Once you've broken down your project into actionable steps, organize them in a way that makes sense. This could involve setting deadlines, assigning priorities, or grouping similar tasks together. A project management system, whether digital or physical, can be extremely helpful for keeping track of all the moving parts. It's also important to regularly review your projects to make sure they're on track. Set aside time to check your progress, reassess your priorities, and make adjustments where necessary. This review process helps you stay aligned with your goals and ensures that you're not overlooking any critical tasks. Finally, stay flexible. Projects often involve unexpected changes or new information. Being able to adapt and adjust your plans as needed ensures that you can keep the project moving forward, even when things don't go exactly as planned. By following these steps, you can keep your projects under control, reduce overwhelm, and stay focused on what needs to be done. The key is to break projects down into manageable tasks, stay organized, and review your progress regularly to ensure that you're making steady progress toward your desired outcome. Now, Chapter 11: The Power of the Collection Habit. The collection habit is about consistently gathering and capturing everything that requires your attention, from small tasks to bigger projects. This habit is essential because it ensures nothing slips through the cracks and gives you control over all the stuff in your life. The key to the collection habit is to make it a regular practice. Whenever something new comes to mind, whether it's a task, idea, or reminder, you immediately capture it. This could be done with a notebook, a digital tool, or a simple inbox where you store everything. By continuously collecting, you prevent things from piling up and overwhelming you. Having a reliable system to capture and store all your thoughts, tasks, and ideas is critical. The collection habit frees your mind from the burden of remembering everything, allowing you to focus on the present moment and the task at hand. By creating this habit, you ensure that everything is accounted for and nothing gets forgotten. Another important aspect of the collection habit is that it reduces mental clutter. When tasks and ideas are floating around in your mind, they take up cognitive space and can lead to stress. But when you get them out of your head and into a trusted system, you create mental clarity. This leads to greater focus and productivity, as your brain is no longer occupied with trying to remember everything. Over time, the collection habit becomes second nature. By making it a regular part of your routine, you build a system that allows you to stay organized and on top of your tasks. The power of this habit is that it creates a sense of control, reduces stress, and ensures you can focus on what matters most. Now, Chapter 12: The Power of the Next Action Decision. The next action decision is a powerful concept that helps you stay focused and avoid overwhelm by breaking tasks and projects down into actionable steps. Instead of looking at a large, vague goal or project, this approach encourages you to decide on the very next physical action required to move forward. The key to the next action decision is making tasks as specific and actionable as possible. For instance, instead of having a vague goal like start project, break it down into the next concrete action, such as email John for the project details or research materials for the project. By doing this, you eliminate the ambiguity around what needs to be done and make it easier to get started. This decision making process helps to prevent procrastination and indecision. It's easy to get stuck when you look at a project as a whole, especially when it seems overwhelming. But when you focus on the very next step, you reduce the pressure and create a clear path forward. Once you complete the next action, you move on to the next one, gradually making progress without feeling overwhelmed. Another benefit of the next action decision is that it helps you maintain momentum. By consistently identifying the next actionable step, you keep your projects moving forward steadily. This creates a sense of accomplishment, and over time, small steps add up to big results. Ultimately, the power of the next action decision is that it simplifies your tasks and helps you move forward efficiently. By breaking down goals into manageable steps, you reduce stress, make progress, and keep your projects on track. This habit allows you to maintain clarity, focus, and productivity without getting bogged down by the complexity of larger projects. Chapter 13: The Power of Outcome. Focusing. Outcome focusing is the practice of clearly defining the end result you want to achieve before starting any task or project. By keeping your focus on the desired outcome, you give yourself direction and purpose, making it easier to decide on the next actions and avoid distractions along the way. The first step in outcome focusing is to be clear about what success looks like. Whether it's a small task or a large project, having a defined outcome helps you understand the purpose of what you're doing and why it's important. For example, instead of saying write report, you might specify write a 5-page report on marketing strategies for next quarter, which gives you a clearer target and a sense of accomplishment once it's done. Outcome focusing helps you prioritize what's important by ensuring that all your efforts are directed toward a specific goal. It's easy to get sidetracked by tasks that seem urgent but are not truly relevant to your desired outcome. When you keep your focus on the result, you can make better decisions about which tasks to tackle first, what to delegate, and what to let go of entirely. Additionally, this approach helps you stay motivated. When you know the end goal and can visualize what success will look like, it provides you with a sense of purpose and encourages you to take consistent action. The clear outcome acts as a guiding star that keeps you moving forward, even when obstacles arise. Ultimately, the power of outcome focusing lies in its ability to give you clarity and purpose. By defining the end result up front, you reduce ambiguity, improve decision making, and stay on track. It simplifies your path, helps you stay organized, and ensures that every step you take is aligned with your broader goals. Chapter 14: GTD and Cognitive Science. The principles of getting things done, GTD, align closely with insights from cognitive science, which studies how the brain processes information, makes decisions, and handles tasks. Cognitive science reveals why GTD is so effective in managing the complexity of modern life. One key insight is that the human brain is not designed to remember everything at once. Attempting to juggle all tasks and responsibilities in your mind can lead to stress and confusion, decreasing productivity. Cognitive overload occurs when too much information is held in the brain, making it difficult to focus. GTD addresses this by recommending that you capture everything in an external system, whether physical or digital, freeing up mental space to focus on the task at hand. Another concept from cognitive science is open loops. These are tasks or ideas that remain incomplete in your mind. Open loops take up mental energy and can be sources of anxiety. GTD helps close these loops by capturing, clarifying, and organizing tasks, allowing the mind to focus on what's important, free from the distraction of unfinished business. Cognitive science also emphasizes the importance of structure in decision making. With a system like GTD, you have a clear structure for handling tasks, which reduces the mental load of decision making. The step by step process GTD offers makes it easier for the brain to follow through without becoming overwhelmed. By categorizing and prioritizing tasks, you eliminate the need to make constant decisions, allowing you to focus your mental energy on more important things. Lastly, GTD helps with focus and productivity by making tasks more manageable. By breaking down projects into clear, actionable next steps, it reduces mental clutter, which helps the brain stay focused and effective. This approach mirrors cognitive science's emphasis on clarity and focus to optimize performance. Overall, GTD and cognitive science are deeply intertwined. Both stress the importance of reducing mental clutter, managing open loops, and creating systems that make decision making easier, helping individuals reduce stress and boost productivity. Chapter 15: The Path of GTD Mastery. Mastering getting things done, GTD is an ongoing journey, not a one time fix. It's about creating habits, systems, and routines that allow you to remain consistently organized and productive. The path to mastery involves refining your GTD practices and making them second nature over time. The first step on this path is making sure your system is solid. To achieve mastery, you need a reliable system to capture and organize everything that comes your way. This means having the right tools, whether physical or digital, and ensuring that they are set up to work efficiently for you. Consistency in using your system is key. By capturing, clarifying, organizing, and reviewing regularly, you create a cycle that keeps your tasks and projects under control. Another critical part of GTD mastery is the discipline to review and refine your system. As life changes, so too should your approach to GTD. You might need to adjust your tools, processes, or priorities to ensure the system continues to support your evolving needs. The weekly review process is a cornerstone of this refinement. Regularly setting aside time to reflect on what's working and what needs adjustment helps you stay aligned with your goals and priorities. A key aspect of GTD mastery is the ability to make quick decisions about what to do next. As you get better at GTD, it becomes easier to decide the next action for any project or task without hesitation. The ability to focus on one thing at a time without distraction allows you to maintain momentum and productivity. Additionally, mastery in GTD means letting go of perfectionism. The system is designed to help you manage your tasks and projects efficiently, not to make everything perfect. By accepting that some things may not go as planned, you can avoid stress and continue to move forward. Finally, GTD mastery involves integrating your system into your daily life so that it becomes an effortless part of your routine. Over time, it transforms something you have to consciously maintain into a natural part of how you work and live. In summary, the path of GTD mastery is about continuous improvement, consistency, and adaptability. It requires a commitment to refining your system, staying disciplined in your practices, and integrating GTD into your daily life. By doing so, you create a structure that supports ongoing productivity and peace of mind, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means a lot to me. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I truly appreciate you being here. See you in the next video.